What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Tuesday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have 7 games on the main slate tonight, and we are including the later games on this slate. Probably because the 2 late games are really good games tonight, with OKC at Utah and Milwaukee at Phoenix. That's really the only reason I can think of them being part of the main slate, because recently we haven't seen these later games part of the main slate. Yesterday, the GPP FanDuel still cashed. I had Maxey everywhere, and I had Gary Trent on cash and hybrid. He got like 2 points in the first half and then didn't come out for the second half because he was injured. He was just playing like shit, so it was better off that he didn't come back out, because I had him on Prize Picks too, so we got a reboot on that, which was a small victory. But this was a GPP lineup, easily cashed even with the Maxey stinker last night. Ish Smith did well at his cheap price. James Harden cooked. Podziemski and Kuminga were in my video yesterday. They were easy value plays. I knew Kuminga was going to bring low ownership, and he crushed for one of the best plays on the slate, 50 fantasy points. And Mason Plumlee, too, I threw in the GPP, did really well. So at least we had some sort of victory last night, but let's do better tonight. Already a lot of value opening up. Right before I made this video, we got news over in Brooklyn that Lonnie Walker, a DraftKings chalk piece last night, left last game after 4 minutes. He's out again tonight. We have no Cameron Johnson either because of an abductor issue. He runs in and out of injuries constantly in his career, as we've seen. Got Fred VanVleet out for the Rockets. That's going to open up a lot of things. I'm going to really be focusing on the Rockets and Nets in this video. And then, things can always change as we get closer to lock. The NBA is a mystery, and nothing is assured up until lock. So hopefully we can, keep our good composure here and bounce back after a tough night. I'm doing a credit promo on my site. If you spend $5 at my shop, I will double it, add an extra 25 credits. So, you get $10 worth of credits with any $5 purchase. One-time use for today. So let's go into my plays as usual. 5 plays, 1 for each position, using FanDuel salaries. Just give this video a like and subscribe. That's all I ask. And so for point guard here today, I like Dennis Smith. He's most likely going to come off the bench and see a ton of minutes with no Lonnie Walker. We saw him play a ton last night with Lonnie Walker coming out of the game early, 30 minutes. He's been better than Spencer Dinwiddie. They're kind of the same price, so you could go with either. Dennis Smith is $500 cheaper. The way Dinwiddie's been playing, though, with that starting unit has been atrocious, so I can't put too much faith into him. I like Dennis Smith in that second unit. They don't really even have a second unit because they're so banged up. They only ran 3 guys off the bench last game. They're really going to run like a 7 or 8 man rotation tonight. I think Smith is going to get 30 minutes here. Looks like a really good value play. Looks like an even better value play on DraftKings as a low $4,000 cheap play over there. So he's going to be in a lot of stuff. He's going to be last night's Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker at 4K on DraftKings last night was a major chalk piece. Screwed a lot of people, including me. Dennis Smith is going to fill that exact role tonight with no Lonnie Walker over on DraftKings. Shooting guard, we got to see what's going to happen with this Rockets starting lineup with no Fred VanVleet. But we got to think Aaron Holiday and Amen Thompson are going to benefit the most here. I like Amen Thompson more at 5,600. He's been playing more minutes off the bench for the Rockets. We have no Eason for the Rockets either tonight. So here's my scenario. This is a 7 o'clock Eastern game, so we're going to know the starting lineup before lock. If Holiday is starting, it turns Thompson into still a good value play, but also Holiday at 4K is going to look pretty good. If Thompson is starting, he's going to be a very, very hard play to fade. He's going to be a priority. And Aaron Holiday off the bench, it becomes a lot more risky. So Thompson's either a good value off the bench or like, an unfadable player if he's starting tonight. We'll have to see what happens. His price is a little high at 5,600, but he's been playing well as of late. He's been a great fantasy point per minute guy. He hasn't seen a ton of minutes. Tonight, we know Fred VanVleet plays 35 to 38 minutes a game. That's a lot of extra minutes to go to these guards. And I think Amen Thompson, being the rookie and the guy with more potential than Aaron Holiday, they're going to make it more of a priority to get Amen Thompson some run tonight. I like him at 5,600. Going over to our third value play at small forward, we're going to go to Josh Hart. These Knicks guys continue to see a bunch of usage. With no Julius Randle still, Quentin Grimes is still out. Their prices haven't really changed since last slate. We got Hart at 6,600, DiVincenzo at 7,600, and Jalen Brunson at 97. That's about where they were last slate. They're against a really bad Grizzlies team. They're 14.5-point favorites at home, which is, definitely a risk of a blowout. This Grizzlies team is going to be a pain in our ass for the rest of the regular season. Guys are going to be questionable. G League guys are going to be playing. We're going to have to question if Scottie Pippen is even with the team game in and game out. An absolute nightmare. We should honestly just relegate the Grizzlies for the rest of the year and just kick them out of the league because they are a nuisance to everyone. They are just such a negative team. All these injuries. We got Jaren Jackson questionable. Santi Aldama is questionable. John Conchar, Vince Williams. So we got like a potential whole starting lineup for them is questionable tonight. And, their potential starting lineup is already all backups to begin with. But it's a nightmare. Josh Hart looks pretty good at 6,600. He's going to play 37 to 42 minutes tonight. There is a risk of a blowout. So there's that, but I do like him at 6,600. He needs 33 fantasy points to hit value. He's been right around that. He has a high floor in this matchup. We know he's going to play a ton of minutes as a starter. Rebounding numbers have been insane. 4 straight games with rebounding, so I like Josh Hart at small forward. Power forward, we're going to go to another net here. Royce O'Neal looks like a really, really solid, cheap value play, chalk play tonight. I mentioned that Cameron Johnson and who's the other guy? Lonnie Walker are out tonight. We also have no Dorian Finney-Smith once again. Royce O'Neal has a good chance of starting in this lineup here tonight with no Cameron Johnson at power forward. He could see 30-plus minutes. At 4,400, he needs 22 fantasy points. Looks really good tonight. He's going to see some extra usage with no Cam Johnson out there. Small forward and power forward versatility on FanDuel for positions. So he looks like a really good, cheap value play tonight. It's going to be hard to find a better guy at this price range for tonight's main slate. And then for center, our one guy I'm going to tell you to spend up on. I like Şengün on the Rockets. No Fred VanVleet. He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot more. He already has the ball in his hands a bunch. The matchup couldn't be any better. The Pacers, not good on defense. They play really fast. Şengün was almost 10K a couple of games ago. Now he's down to 9,200. Pacers are 8.5-point favorites to 244 over-under. And again, with no VanVleet, Şengün's going to be the number one usage guy on this team. He needs 46 fantasy points to hit value. He's projected for 47 tonight, and we all know he has that 60, that 50 to 60 fantasy point ceiling that we've seen a handful of times over the last couple of weeks. 68 here, 50, 55, 61, 52 games ago. This guy is becoming an all-pro NBA player very quickly, a mini Nikola Jokic. I like him in this matchup with extra usage with no VanVleet. That'll do it for this video, guys. Let's have a great all-around night tonight and see a nice sweep with all lineups. Give this video a like. Until next time, thanks for stopping by. Peace.